When it comes to hosting a website and even building a website, a lot of businesses are still trying to save as much money as possible. Some of them are even going to host their website or build their websites on platforms that claim to be free, or are they really free? What's going on, guys? My name is Leopoldo Perella and I do videos about web design, UX design, and the overall design process. On today's topic, I'm gonna be talking about Wix and if Wix is really free, what are the paid plans that they do have, how it can be compared with something like WordPress or having your own hosting account, and if there are any other alternatives that may be more affordable for you if you're trying to save some money when it comes to hosting your website. So if you're interested, stay tuned.
This a ticket talking market for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta keep.
So before we get into is Wix is really free and the different payment plans that they do have, let's talk about how much they have actually improved in the last year. Or I think maybe in the last 2 years, Wix have done some of the biggest improvements in their platform. And now if you even look at hosting analytics, you will see that Wix and GoDaddy are actually head-to-head when it comes to hosting websites. And that means one thing, that means that their hosting platform is actually pretty good. And one of the things you will notice with Wix websites is that they are all very fast, and this is because Wix takes their time to be able to make sure that their hosting platforms, their servers, and everything is really taken care of. And now with Editor X, which is something that that Wix created for us, for designers to be able to create our website, we will notice that Wix has become very much like Webflow with Editor X. But is it really something that we are going to start using right now? That's a topic for our next video. But today we are focusing more into Wix paid plans, because a lot of people think that Wix is completely free and they tend to go for it and they tend to use it, and then when it's time to actually link their domain names and have their website live, they realize they actually have to pay $14 a month. And if you compare this to the average hosting price, which might be anything between $6 to $10 a month, you will notice that actually hosting your website or building your website with Wix is actually more expensive. So first of all, how does Wix works and how does the free version works? So pretty much you can build your entire website with Wix for free, but the moment you put your website live, if you do not have a paid account, you would have to have your domain name. Let's say for example my domain name, which is Leopoldo Perella. It will be leopoldoperella.wix.com. Now this is probably okay if it's something that you're trying to just release for a test, or to share with your team, or to share with someone who you just want to see how this website may work. But the moment it comes to actually pushing your business out there, you will have some problems with this, as it doesn't make your business sound or seem as trustworthy as you may want it to be. Now, one of the things, so once you pay for your $14 a month with Wix, they will give you a free domain for a year. However, at the end of the year, you do have to pay for this domain name, which is most likely anything between $12 to $14 a year. So this is something that you should be adding to your hosting and to your website plan for every year. Now, one of the things that Wix sort of removes is that you don't really need to have someone to be maintaining your website for like security or plugins or anything like that, because their server and their platform pretty much does everything for you. So if you're going to be thinking about cost like that, then maybe having it there, or even something that allows you or gives you better opportunities to grow your website like Webflow will be a better option. But from the time you pay $14, you're also limited to the amount of people that can get into your website, the amount of videos that you can have on your website, and the amount of information that you can post on your data, as they're very limited. I believe the $14 a month package starts with only 3 gigabytes of space on your website, and also limited to only 1,000 website visitors on a monthly basis. So if you do have a very I would say like a very strong marketing campaign that is driving people into the website, more than 1,000 people into your website, which you should be having, then this will be very limited for you, and then you need to upgrade your package, and it will be like this all the way until you pay over $50 a month. And then if you want to do some e-commerce or you want to do something like this, then you need to upgrade to a business account, which I believe can go almost to like $90 a month. So is Wix really free? The answer is no. The answer will be yes if you don't really care about having a domain name on your website and pretty much owning your website and being able to get as much people as you want on your website. Then the answer is yes, it is free. But if you do, or if you are looking for something better than that, if you're looking to not have that limited space that Wix give you, to be able to feel free that you can bring 1,000 people without having to increase your monthly budget, then it is not. So what other alternatives do you have? Let's say you realize now that Wix is actually paid and you have to pay $14 a month. If you multiply that by 12, you can do the math because I'm not very good at it. But what other alternatives do you have? Let's say you go with WordPress to build your website. Now WordPress is actually absolutely free. What you will have to pay for is maybe some plugins and some add-ons that will make your website better, and a hosting account. So if let's say you're going to do with this, then you can check SiteGround, which is where we host our website, and you can get a package starting at $6 a month. Or if you're really looking to grow a website or maybe even host multiple websites within one hosting account, then you can go to their Grow Big account, I believe, or one of the other bigger accounts that they have that may even cost you anything between $10 to $14 a month and give you the unlimited access to space on your website. Actually not unlimited access, because it goes to like 50 gigabytes of SSD drive, which make accessing your website really fast, but you also get your CDN, so your website is fast and secure, and you're not limited to the amount of people that can come to your website. So now that you have your WordPress website and you have your hosting account, you can continue to grow it as you want, not having to worry about any limitations that you might have on your website. The only thing is that now you're going to need to have, or to get someone who can help you maintain your website, make sure things are up to date, make sure your website is secure, and any little thing that might need to be done with it. So is there another alternative? You might also want to choose Webflow. Webflow hosting account, once you host with them, they actually make sure that your website is fully secure, and they do have a limit of people that can enter your website, but that's 25,000 people for the $16 a month hosting account, which is a really huge amount of traffic that can come to your website without you having to worry about having any limitations or people not being able to access your website or buy your products or sign up for a meeting or anything like that, because you can get more traffic. So let's talk about another alternative. If let's say you don't want to have like one of the big hosting accounts in SiteGround, or let's say you don't want to even have a WordPress account, let's talk about your website then. Is your website really in need of a content management system like WordPress? Are you going to be creating content on it on a monthly basis or on a weekly basis that your website actually needs to have WordPress or anything like this to be hosted? If the answer is no, then what you can do is create a sort of like a static website. And this is only if your website is not going to get constant updates. And what you can do then is go to something like Namecheap.com that have really great hosting packages starting at just $1.50, I believe, and then you can just have your website here without a problem. You can host it, so that will be about $12 to $18 a year for hosting for your website. And since your website doesn't need updates very often, then you can just place it there, and whenever you need help to add a new page or just change some content on the website, you can probably talk to the person who built your website and ask them to charge you on an hourly basis, maybe just for a few changes on the website. Ask them how many hours it will take them, if it might even not even be an hour to change a few words on your website, and then they might be able to do it for you. So it's very important for you to look at all the pricing on all these websites that claim to be completely free. And I'm not saying they're bad. Wix is actually really great right now, and the way that Google has improved their JavaScript crawlers to be able to rank websites that run on JavaScript has made Wix even better now, because you can also do SEO without having to worry about it. But what you need to worry about is to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting for free, and then see or compare it with everyone who tells you that they're going to charge you X amount for hosting your website, or to give you all the different tools that you need to have your business up and running. So I hope you found this content helpful. Make sure to hit the bell button and the subscribe button to get a notification whenever I post the next video, and I will see you again in the next video.